Welcome to Most Unwanted, an X-Files podcast. This is the first of our mini episodes for the end of season.
Post-season content.
I'm Luke.
And I'm Jax.
Yeah, we're doing the whole...
Yeah, let's go back to it.
Do you know what that is? It's because I listened to last season's ones to prepare myself, so I've copied so much from that. But
I look forward to these little mini episodes.
Yeah.
I like to sort of... It's just a chance where there's no structure to them.
Yeah.
We can just sort of... It's literally just an insight into our conversations.
Just a conversation, but a weird one with a mic in front of us, basically.
Yeah. Well, I think we should have more conversations with a mic in front of us.
I don't know about that. That's liable. Worrying. But, I mean, season 3. This is our season 3 recap episode.
Well, is it more like a sort of just a review?
Yeah, we say recap.
I'm not going to... Yeah. Episode 1.
So, at the beginning... Do you even remember what happened?
In episode 1, here's my thing. I'm pretty sure they was in a desert.
Yes.
I know. This is my problem, right? And we were speaking off air about this. Season 1, nice and simple. We did the recap, everything we know about X-Files, everything we've watched about X-Files. Season 2, the tone changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
And so we knew what we were getting into and we knew what to talk about and sort of the different episodes. I'm getting to that stage now, and I do this with all series. Everything's blurring into one.
Yeah, it's hard to distinguish without seeing in front of you which episodes are in which series.
Yeah.
Which we definitely haven't done.
It is tough.
It's difficult, but we're going to do our best. We're going to do our best. Now, I'm going to make a bold claim. Well, this isn't a bold claim.
Go on.
This is the best series so far.
I would completely agree. And to be fair, I don't think it's a bold claim because I'm pretty sure... even some listeners have messaging and saying it's one of their favourite seasons.
Yeah. Just on quality of the episodes alone, as a series as a whole, you can look at it that way. But I was looking at the list of episodes just before we started this, and there's one bad episode really.
Which one did you think was the bad one?
Tessa Dos Bichos.
Which one was that again?
Angry Cats.
Yes, that was bad. Yeah. That wasn't bad. I mean, to be fair, and even that was only bad for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
the first half hour was good.
It got ruined at the end, but looking at the list, all of the others, they're either middle of the road to amazing. You know what I mean? There's nothing below that. There's nothing I'd grade lower than a 6, to be honest, out of the rest of the episode. So, I mean, we can just go through some of our highlights. I'd say an early highlight for the series, Paperclip.
Yeah,
Paperclip
that was the third part of the sort of 3-story arc, wasn't it?
Yeah,
really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean it's that 3-story arc. I think we're getting into, and this series especially felt like we're going to get a lot of 2-parters and 3-parters going forward.
I love that.
Yeah.
Let's get the continuous storylines, and even toward the end, last episode, we know that's going to be continued into the next season.
Yeah, definitely.
It was so good.
Yeah, and the actual conspiracy now seems to be unraveling a lot more. We know by the end of this series now that there's a colonization. That's what the whole effort of this program is that they're doing. That Mulder's dad's involved, although we might not find out exactly in what way. But we'll come to that in a week. But all of these players that are involved in it now, we're seeing how they're connected.
Well, that's the thing. We're getting to know the major players.
Yeah.
Before, I mean, if we go back to season 1, you was pretty much told the outline of a story with a lot of Monster of the Weeks in between, and it was very sort of limited. It was just that people were against the X-Files pretty much, and that was pretty much it. Or there was some sense of the FBI covering things up, but we didn't know why. Now we know that, for example, the bounty hunter. We know that that's a character that we know now, that we've got a face to the enemy. Yeah, we've got the smoking man. We've got Krychek, for God's sake. You know what I mean? There's different players in different positions.
Although we'll see if Krychek comes into it later on.
I mean, I think at the moment he's stuck in a giant underground bunker,
pretty
somewhere.
much. Yeah.
So I'm assuming he's dead.
Yeah. Left up. Then again, though, what's it? It seems that the Smoking Man's had a change of heart going forward now. So he's sort of looking after himself instead of the project. So maybe he needs to get some allies on board.
Let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
We're getting dangerously close to prediction territory.
That is a good point.
And we all know that the prediction episode is coming up.
Yeah,
so we don't have to worry about that. We're focusing all on the past right now.
Exactly. So let's move on from mythology episodes, I guess, then.
Some tasty monsters of the week.
So we had an early contender, Clyde Bruckman's Final Repose, and I think this series will be known as the series where Darren Morgan completely fell into his own.
Yeah.
We had a glimpse of it last series with Humbug, but then this series we got like three by him, and all of them, even if there was some that were I felt like stronger than others, they were all great episodes.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything wrong with them.
No, that's a huge highlight of this season for me, is the fact that we've got those 3 Darren Morgan episodes. And I don't know, and again, it's difficult to sort of judge because, as our listeners all know, we obviously don't look ahead and we try and steer away from any spoilers of any kind. But in order to do that, it makes it very difficult to find out what everybody else thinks.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the trouble, isn't it? Like, you don't want to look too much into things and have stuff spoiled
by accident. Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know whether Darren Morgan is as popular with the rest of the sort of like the X-File fandom as it is to us, because I feel like we go on about him quite a bit, but that's because it just speaks to us, those episodes, doesn't it?
I mean, we've had some correspondence from like people get in touch with us saying that they really enjoy Darren Morgan episodes, but I'd
like to know whether it's a wider thing, whether his episodes are regarded as some of the best. Because at this point in time, I certainly would say so. And again, I feel like I'm plugging all of our future episodes right now, but we do have our top 5 lists, and I'll say, so what we do in that episode is we figure out what our top 5s were before the season started, and if any of the new episodes have bumped any off.
Yeah. And
I've got to say, there's definitely some from season 3 making my top 5.
Yeah, season 3 has pushed into that one, definitely. So, I mean, what else is there more to say about the series? Overall, what did you think as a complete package?
Well, before we go into that, I'd like to... Have you got any particular favourite Monster of the Weeks? Like, any... Because, of course, you've got, like, the... So, talking about Darren Morgan, you've got the cockroaches? Or like,
they wore the coprophages.
Yeah, I couldn't say that word. the metal cockroaches. I'm thinking you had... what was the one with it was
Pusher.
No, Oobleck. Oh, Pusher was so good. I forgot about Pusher.
Yeah.
And I want about Oobleck. You know, the woman that was
in the basement.
Yeah.
Oubliette, isn't it?
Oubliette, is that what it is?
Or maybe it is more French. Oubliette.
Oubliette.
Let us know. We need some corrections for next series.
No.
And to drive checks mental. But I mean, looking down the list, there's so many episodes that you can list as a top 5 episodes, and I mean we will get into that later on in these mini episodes. But it's there's some great ones in there. How about yourself? What's like a Monster of the Week that you thought was particularly strong, other than the ones that we've mentioned, I suppose?
The ones I mentioned. The one that always sticks in my head, and maybe for the right or wrong reasons, but that really, and again, sorry for everybody, people screaming because they watched it multiple times and they know off by heart.
Yeah.
But the creepy guy in Too Shy.
Oh, okay,
do you remember the guy that was internet dating?
Yeah.
It's just emotionless face. It always sticks in my head.
Every time I think of him, he just reminds me of the Absorbaloff from Doctor Who. I don't know why, but less comedic, obviously. But what do you think of the series as a whole?
I thought it was brilliant. I thought it started really strong.
Yeah,
especially with those mythology episodes. Really, just broke it down. We knew what the season was going to be about in the first 2 episodes. We knew, and then it definitely does have, like, if you look at the 3 seasons so far, you had the first season, which was setting up the X-Files, the second season, which was setting up like there's some sort of conspiracy going on, and now you've got the sort of the players and the conspiracy, and it's figuring it out. So I'm looking forward to see where they go with that at season 4.
I think we're going to get a lot of the actual meat and potatoes of what this conspiracy is now, and like how it's affecting people's lives specifically. I think we're going to see that more, but that's for our predictions episode, I suppose.
It certainly is.
I guess we'll wrap this one up then. a thumbs up for season 3.
Yeah. What would you rate the whole season?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. Like an IMDb style.
Yeah, but we've not got nothing to compare it to. So we could be the first ones to rate it. I mean, I'm sure there's a rating somewhere, but let's just pretend we're pioneers.
God, I would give it, just because I don't want to go too strong with it, an 8.5.
An 8.5? That is pretty strong for you.
8.5.
Because you're very moderate.
See, I was going to go for a 9, because, but I'm going to have to knock off a 0.5 for Tessa Dos Bichos.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, 8.5 as a whole.
I would
be interested to go an aggregate score if you go.
Yes.
We'll have to work that
out. I would go 8.5 as well. And again, it would have been higher for me. The only downside I can really think of, and to be fair, with Monsters of the Weeks, I expect a few dodgy ones thrown in there. You know, it's part and parcel of the show.
I was going to say, yeah.
But the one thing that's not let it down, but it's yet to be determined, is I don't think the final episode was as strong.
Okay, yeah.
In the sense of, I might feel a lot differently once I've seen the next two.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But at the moment, I felt like the season 2 finale gave me a lot more bang for my buck. Whereas this one, it felt like a lot of it was setting up for the next episode.
Yeah.
And so I might feel differently, but at the moment, I'm gonna say 8.5 as well.
Fair enough. Well, I suppose that's everything for this week. We're releasing these a bit differently than what we usually do. So the next one will be out in a few days, really, and then the one after that will be out next week. But join us back when we come back in a few days' time.
In a few days. Friday, Saturday,
Who knows?
Sunday.
Who knows?
Keep your eyes open.
Mystery release.